Hello and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Unity. I'm your host, Maximilian Moreau, and with me is my co-host, Philip Wilson.
How's it going, eh?
So let's get right to business. Sounding too much like an announcer right now.
Let us get down to
Where's
business.
the screen? There you go. Main screen turn on.
It's you.
I really should not call it main screen because every time I say it, I can't help but think of that stupid thing. So,
How are you, gentlemen?
On our last episode, we got the basics of turn-based gameplay going. We kind of used a couple little hacks and tricks to get it working, but basically you aim here, and you can adjust your force with the A and Z keys, although it also moves the cannon. We didn't fix that last episode. We'll fix that now. And then you launch your projectile, and then you see it fly off into the distance,
way over
and then it
the
switches over to the
wall.
other player, and you can, do the same thing. I'm actually probably going to hit this time. Nope, I'm not. I suck at this game. So, let's start by fixing that little problem first. So we're going to go into our input settings, and we have a horizontal axis that includes the A and D keys as secondary here. I'm just going to remove them. And that way we don't have a conflict with our power settings, which are done on the Z and A keys. So if we hit play now, what?
The A and Z keys were the ones that were opposite of the power keys, the Z and A.
Well, it was A and D was left and right because of
A and
WASD.
A and D.
And then A and Z.
No, that makes sense.
I don't know why I'm going so old school with that, because that really is more of a, free space thing. Not free space, but descent, even before free space, like descent style.
I remember Descent.
Yeah, I'm terrible at this game. Let's try more horizontal. There we go.
There you go.
Yay, we got something going. So it does work. Yay. So, what we did last time is we've got our turn manager here, and we have this kind of this is kind of a mess. So
What games aren't kind of messes, though?
that's true, but this one is more of a mess than it's got me on edge a little bit. So, partially because we've got something called Switch Player and Really Switch Player, although that's really kind of more of the style of the show at this point. But this we should probably reorganize a little bit. And then we should have this not be a current player special case for each player. Because we have like a real player here, 1 and 2, and then we have this kind of fake player, 0, when it takes over things. And I'm not going to worry about reorganizing this just yet. I'm going to leave that there. Leave my shame on the screen, so I will come back to it and fix it. So, what else can we add here first? Let's add a scoring mechanic.
All right.
So, what we're going to do is... First, I'm going to make another directional light, just because I think it's kind of hard to see the other angle. So let's am I in debug mode? I am. Let's go to normal mode and just rotate one of these values until it looks a little bit less gray on the second player side. It's probably too washed out, but it's better than it being super dark on the other side.
That's a hit.
Yeah, that's much better. And you can see the damage over on this side. Sweet.
That's interesting. It hurt its own wall.
Can we do that? I think we can. I don't think there's anything stopping you right now. No.
You can hurt your own wall.
Yep.
Additionally, if the ball
Just
flies close to your wall...
This is realism.
Yeah, but if the ball flies close to your wall, it turns off the kinematic nature of those things,
That's
too.
true.
So if you could see
that's the reason they kind of sagged
left.
a bit.
Yep.
Yeah. The goal is to destroy your own wall as quickly as possible. So
you actually aren't shooting at other people's walls. You're shooting at your own walls. That's the goal of the game.
We've turned the game on his head.
That's
It's
how you
amazing.
get points in this game.
Yeah. Let's talk about points. So we want to have a win condition. The win condition should probably be based on when you destroy a certain amount of the wall, or do you think we should have an object behind the wall that you have to do damage to? We could really go either direction on this.
I think destroying the walls.
Destroying the walls.
Well, we have to make sure that the ball doesn't go through the wall if you want it to have an object on the other side.
Ball doesn't go through the wall.
Yeah, because you don't want it to damage the object.
Well, yeah, we would have to tweak some things and do some stuff for that. But
object behind the wall seems more traditional with these kind of games. The Gorillas game, specifically. I mean, you're going after the gorilla, not destroying the city.
Yeah.
With those bananas.
All right, let's do it. Object behind the wall.
It was kind of ridiculous that bananas would destroy a city.
So first, let's fix the problem of the ball going through and destroying things just right off the bat.
Because I think it actually.
So yeah, it definitely looked like it went through. I think I figured out a way that I'd like to do. What do you think of this? Let's change it so that instead of the cannonballs being just spheres that hit things, let's make them actually cause an explosion and
then
explode
we can
on
actually
impact, and then we can actually blow up parts of the wall
and get rid of the object.
Yeah, we'll get rid of the object.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right,
I like it.
So let's first just mess around real quick and make a stupid particle effect for it. So we're going to create a particle system. And
it's a happy cannon.
It's a happy cannon. Look, it's just sparkly. And
I'm a cannon.
We're just going to work with some of these settings and make it look like an explosion. We've done this a few times before now, but remember, just have fun and play with this stuff, and you'll get good results. So,
or you could have it be a magical cannon.
Duration. A magical cannon, yeah. I guess
I actually have a good idea.
Pretty magic. What?
You should put a particle effect on the ball.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely, definitely. Let's do that. That's too exciting. But let's get this done first. So, let's go ahead and change the color. I guess we can just change the start color here. Let's make it
just neon blue.
Neon blue?
No. Maybe.
All these colors.
I know there's so many options.
All right. Let's make it go... Let's actually make them go white to yellow to black, or to transparent. Let's get fancy. So, color over lifetime. We're going to change this to a gradient, and we're going to edit the gradient. And so we're going to make it... So that's funny that it turns yellow. I don't know what this actually does to the end color, so I'm going to change that to white. And we're going to adjust it from yellow. So let's do white to yellow. Set the transparency to 0 at the end here, and we'll make it kind of cook to a orange.
Cook that particle.
That's not very exciting yet. Let's make it do more of an impact here. So we've currently got it on looping. We're going to just change that to a one-shot. Although it'll probably be easier to simulate without. So, play on awake, max particles, emission. So we're going to change it from a rate of 10 to, we're going to
500.
add just a burst of 500.
Yeah, why
Let's
not?
do all 1,000.
Okay.
And we don't care about this at all. We can just have a rate be 0. So we do play.
Boom! That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's way too slow in animation, but it is kind of cool. So, start speed. Let's do random between two constants. And let's make it 20 and 5.
Yeah, good call. That's more exciting. Might be a little too big.
Yep. So let's make it so that there is gravity.
Why do we want gravity?
And you'll see. I think it'll look cool. So what do you think? See
I don't
that?
know.
See it?
Yeah, that looks
Yeah.
cool.
All right, and start size, start speed. Actually, let's see if we go the full range. That looks even better. Just curious. Yeah, I actually kind of like that better.
Yeah, I do too.
Um,
Can you do a negative start speed?
Negative start speed.
How does that even work?
I don't know. Oh, it would be crossing the center line probably. I don't know. Let's try it. Just for fun. I don't think we can really tell the difference at that point.
I can't. Yeah, that's cool.
All right.
But you can use a negative number. That's good to know.
Yes.
You do size over lifetime, that'll shrink the particles as it goes.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So size over lifetime. We'll just drag this little curve down. I guess we could have just done this linear curve. Let's do that. Actually, let's do a smooth.
The other one.
That one.
Yeah. They're big and then they get small quicker.
Oops.
Whoa.
Wrong play.
They just kind of fade away.
All right, cool.
What about its overall size?
Yeah. That we can adjust by changing the outer limit on this. So if we change it to 10.
I think we can also change the size, can't we, itself?
Like the, there's the radius
sphere.
here.
Yeah.
Let's actually make that 0.
Whoa. It's tiny.
Because that's the inner size, and actually I like having the minimum be like a real explosive where it could not go anywhere. Like, the worst thing that could happen in an explosive is no energy could go into a particle, and it certainly happens sometimes. So
yeah.
Let's make it less than 5. Let's keep it big. That's fine.
Yeah,
Okay, we're good.
I like
We're good.
1,000.
We're good. So, so we're gonna call this impact explosion particle. And what I was kind of going for the size, and it looks like it's about the right size, is that kind of, at least at this point,
Seems like it might
feels
be
like about
visible.
the size of the sphere that we've created for enabling physics.
Yeah.
So I think that'll look best. So, what are we going to do? So we need a... So this is cannon aim. This will be part of the ball, which has no script so far. So we're going to create a new script for our cannonball. Cannonball.
It's a cannonball script.
And let's quit this stupid program.
Yeah,
Actually,
really.
it's a really great program. But
Except for this
except
one
for-
case.
Yeah. All right. Cannonball monobehavior. So let's do a public float. Actually, we do have a script on here. Sail kinetic. Yeah, we'll leave that as a separate script. Public float explosion radius. Let's default that to, what did we have for the stable kinematic oh yeah, it's not based on that. We base it on the cannonball anti-kinematic field, which is 5 by 5 by 5. So we'll do the explosion radius as 2.5. And F there. Public float explosion force equals, we'll just default it to 100 and see where that goes. Public, yeah, we'll put the other stuff in as we see what we need. So
Sounds like a
all
good
this
plan.
thing is going to do is we're going to have on collision enter, and eventually we're going to destroy the game object.
Oh, poor game object.
because this is going to be replacing with an explosion. So we're going to need a public game object explosion effect. So we're going to instantiate our explosion effect at transform dot position at it doesn't matter, so quaternion dot identity. So this causes the explosion and destroys the game object, but now we also want to do some other fun things. So before we had disable kinematic on trigger with this extra geometry called the anti-kinematic field. We're now going to actually roll that into the cannonball. So we're not going to need the anti-kinematic field at all anymore. I'm going to leave it there for right now, just because I'd like to keep things working until we have a solution that
It's the AK
works the new
field.
way. Yeah, it is the AK field, as opposed to the AT field,
That's completely different.
or the ATST Walker, or
The AT-AT?
all right, yeah, exactly. Is it AT-AT or is it AT-AT?
It's AT-AT. Well,
I have no
kind
idea.
of both, actually.
Yeah. All right, so let's look at a little function in the physics section. Physics dot. Oh wait, no. Sorry, it's in rigid body. So on collision enter. How are we going to do this? So there's a rigid body call. So if we do rigid body dot add explosion force, this applies a force similar to an explosion to an object, where you give it where it is, the radius of the explosion, and the amount of force. And you can also give a few other options here, like force mode and upwards modifier. And what this does is it applies that force to a single object, this amount. And we've used this before. So that means on every object that we want to apply this force to, we need to actually tell that object, hey, apply this force. And we can give it the same information in each one, and the ones that are closer to the explosion will take more force, and the ones that are further away will automatically take less.
Seems like a good idea.
So in order to get the rigid bodies to actually act upon, though, what we're going to use is physics.overlap sphere. And what this does is it returns a unit in physics does not contain a definition for overlap sphere. But it's in the autocomplete. All right, whatever. Overlap sphere. So you can see it here. It returns a list of colliders, or an array of colliders. And those colliders then you can get the rigid bodies of, and then you can apply forces. So that's what we're going to do. So if physics dot overlap sphere, we're going to use transform dot position for the position of the sphere, and explosion radius for the radius. And this if statement doesn't actually make a whole lot of sense, so we're actually not going to use if, we're going to use for each. Sorry, I've been programming in a few other languages lately. It looks like it. So for each physics overlap sphere, so this would be for each collider, call in physics.overlap sphere. Alright, that's how it's supposed to look. How is it really doing those as spaces? Oh, no, that was
I guess only in that case.
That was weird.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. I'm okay with that. I'm just gonna ignore that.
Yep. As am I.
So we're going to take if call dot rigid body. So if it has a rigid body, we then apply an explosion force. So we'll do call dot rigid body dot add explosion force, and we're going to give it the explosion force, our variable, the transform transform dot position, and explosion radius, we'll use explosion radius again. All right. And finally, since, as I said, we're not going to be using the ball's anti-kinematic field to make things kinematic, we're going to actually do that here. Rigid body is kinematic equals false.
Hopefully the cannonballs don't turn into Tang. You're removing their AK fields. That's a really, really nerdy joke.
Yeah, okay. Got it. Now, I haven't removed it yet. I'm removing it now. Die. It didn't work.
You cannot remove the AK field.
Alright, die now.
Oh.
Apply. Ha-ha! You're gone.
Are they Tang?
They're Tang.
Oh, man.
Alright. So, rigid body, sphere collider. So we're going to apply our little cannonball script onto here. We're going to see what it looks like. That looks kind of cool. We're going to put our explosion into it.
Mr. Anti-River 13 says we should totally make a Star Wars style game.
A Star Wars style game. How many styles of game have bared the name Star Wars? That's a lot of them. That's a whole lot.
Yeah.
Can you be more specific as to what type of Star Wars style game you would like to make? I'm mostly curious because everyone can have a completely different thought of what that game would be. So impact explosion particle. Did we actually make this? We did. Okay, so we're gonna delete that and we're gonna throw this into our cannonball here, and we're going to apply this to our prefab, and hopefully everything will just work. So if we hit play and where is everything?
Okay, we're good.
That was worrisome. We shoot and boom, we got an explosion, and things didn't move very far because we haven't tweaked our values well yet.
Sploosh.
That was a complete fail. So let's look at the cannonball, and let's actually add another field. We have another version of this script that takes upwards modifier, which I'm going to actually just set that to 0.0f. What this does is it applies more of the force vertically. So if you have like a side scroller or something, and you want the explosions to really just rocket up off like kind of mushroom cloud style.
Or any game really.
Or any game really, yeah. I don't know. I don't know why I said side scroller, but
even in this game it could be kind of cool.
In this game it could be cool, except for the fact that the upper blocks don't know that we're going to be going upwards because
they don't.
Yeah, it's just
They're
going to cause us
cast
pain.
Down.
So, and we'll do a force mode. So we're just going to pass the force mode through here. Public force mode. Force mode. And see how I'm using camel case to give us variable names that are very descriptive and actually the same as the other name, but hopefully that's not confusing. It's just so common that it doesn't make sense to not do it the other way, and I'm used to it now. So hit play. Oh yeah, we didn't actually change the force mode, so let's see what we got. Not. So, what was the one that was magic? Velocity change is pretty magic.
Is that it? Let's try it.
So it's going to be really powerful explosion, probably. So we shoot, and we score.
Oh, wow!
Yeah. That was a chunk taken out on that one.
I gotta see this.
Oh! So terrible at this game!
That's awesome.
It is pretty awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like that. Alright, but we don't need it that much, so let's do 50?
I think 50 might even be too much.
Yeah. Yeah, especially considering doing velocity change. That's ridiculous. 10.
Alright, there we are.
Fire the ball. Boom. That's not enough.
No, that was barely anything.
See, it's amazing how this stuff goes.
25.
25?
Try it. It says, I'm not sure I just brought it up because of the ad talk. And Dogboy said there are 6 parts, but everyone who loved the original hate the newer ones. And he is absolutely correct.
Yes, he is. Oh, hello, Dogboy.
Yeah, long time
We'll
no
meet again.
see.
You gotten Battlefield yet?
Yeah, seriously. Like, you're slacking on the battlefielding.
All right. All right, now that I've teased my fan base. We're going to go into... what is it? I need to create some folders because I'm getting scared at all this disorganization. Prefabs. So we're just going to do player junk, cannonball, impact explosion particle, all these things that look like cubes. Throw them into prefabs.
They are cubes.
We're going to create a new folder called scripts. And we're going to take it out of prefabs as much as it wants to live in there. It doesn't belong in there.
That's unfortunate for it. You know, that's much nicer right there.
Yep. All right. Yay.
Ah.
So,
air tastes fresher. Everything is better once everything is in
So
order.
now we've solved the problem of the ball going through the wall. So now we can actually put a goal on the other side of the wall. Failed to load component mob behavior, removing it. What does that mean? Oh. Wait, why did that come back?
The AK field came back! You cannot remove the anti-kinematic field.
What? But what? What has happened? I deny your existence. Yes, go. Flee the world. Alright. Now we will probably have to reset up. Failed to load component, removing it. What does that mean?
I don't know. Double click on it. It doesn't
I think
help
that's
you.
from there before. Okay, I'm just going to pretend that hasn't happened again.
Okay.
And because it makes me sleep at night. And what are we doing?
We are
I need to
creating
probably
a goal
make
thing.
sure that the cannon still uses... So projectile missing rigid body. Is this missing on all of these now? Yes, it is. Okay, that's what I thought. So we need to go in player junk and we need to set the projectile to be cannonball. Does that fix these ones? Yes. And... yes, it fixed both of them. Excellent. Let's make sure it still works. I'm just going to shoot my own wall.
Huh.
Yep. Looks like it works.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So let's create something that we need to destroy on the other side of the wall. What geometric primitive should represent our special thing that we have to protect?
A capsule.
Think a capsule?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Alright, we'll do a capsule.
I think that's a good call. Not because I suggested it, but because it's a different shape.
It is a different shape. It is indeed a different shape. So let's make it huge.
I was also thinking the same thing. Maybe not that huge. That's a pretty big capsule.
Yes, it is. Has to hide behind this big wall.
Or underneath it in this case?
Or underneath it in this case. Let's see. Let's see what we got.
Can we make it red?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Sweet.
I'm going to call it the Fortress Heart.
That's what I was thinking.
And we're going to make this thing red. So let's create a new material. We're going to call it red. And we're going to turn it red. And we're going to apply it to our capsule. And actually, I want it to be cooler looking than that. So let's make it a different shader. Let's make it a specular shader at the very least. No, that still doesn't look good. There's not much else Oh, we could do reflective and get
No.
fancy and... No? You don't like that?
Self-illuminating.
Self-illuminating?
Yeah.
But it won't show up because we're already lighting everything so harshly anyway.
Well, maybe we should turn down our lights.
Okay.
Then it can be self-illuminating.
All right, we'll do...
Actually,
that
does
actually
look
kind of
kinda
looks
cool.
cool.
It kind of looks like a big hot tamale.
Yes, it does. Let's make it a little bit less tall. Is that what it is?
Oh, I think it was good.
You thought it was good?
I liked it.
All right.
It was a huge hot tamale.
Huge hot tamale.
What is there not to like about a huge hot tamale?
Let's see how it impedes our gameplay. Oh, can't even notice it. Awesome.
Because what's on the other side.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, let's shoot something and then see. Can't even notice it. Probably still can't notice it. We'll see.
Boom!
I'm just curious if the camera's inside of it or not. Oh, it's partially inside of
yeah.
it. Oh, yeah, that's sweet.
Oh, yeah.
That's just great. All
Yeah,
right.
maybe it should be a little smaller.
Yeah, let's make it
8.
8 by 8 by 8.
Yeah, it's a little smaller. And it can move down a little
Yeah.
bit, probably.
So we get 4 so that it's on the ground.
Yeah, it looks good.
Theoretically. And these we can 0, and we'll do, what, 110?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so we can't see the fortress heart. That's a good thing. That means that we something set up the way we like. I feel like we need to make it more powerful again.
Do it.
Alright, cannonball is going up to explosion force 50. Because we never do small incremental changes. Because we're the games industry. Alright. Try that again. Oh yeah, I like the way that looked. That looks sweet. Now let's see if I can get a nice hit like that from this side so that we can see the fortress heart, maybe? That'd be sweet. It's back there somewhere.
There it is.
Yeah. I think that'll work. Or do you think we should make it wider?
Maybe wider.
Alright.
Then it won't look as much like a hot tamale. Or maybe it will look more like a hot tamale. No, it won't.
Let's make it even wider. 12 and 12.
Oh, it's a big boy.
Yeah, I like that. Kind of like has an MCP look to it now.
Yeah.
Alright. I think we're going to have to make this, as I've already called it Fortress Heart, we're going to have to make this pulse at some point, but we're probably not going to do that tonight.
Oh, we should just have it grow a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Incrementally grow.
That's what I mean.
That
Like,
would be
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
I like it.
Easy effects are easy and fun.
Oh, we should add a
so-
particle effect to the
Okay,
cannonball.
all right, let's add a particle effect to the cannonball. So this is actually important because it teaches something.
Does it?
It really does, yes. There's something. There's a slider that I don't think we've touched yet that's in here that's exciting. So if we attach a particle effect to our ball, let's just say that we make it the shape of a sphere and 0 radius, and we make it so that the speed is 0. You'll see that we just have this ugly-looking dot, right?
Yeah.
And we could attach this ugly-looking dot to our... Let's actually make the emission rate ridiculous, though, because I like it to be better. So we can attach this to our cannonball. So if we create a cannonball here and unparent it from that directional light and put this particle system in it, and then we make sure that the particle system's actually on the thing rather than like miles and miles away like it currently is.
Oh, come on. It could be interesting miles and miles away. It won't be interesting miles and
No, it
miles
won't.
away.
It won't. So we can hit apply. I guess on this. There we go. And we delete this. And now it's probably going to turn into an AT field again, or an AK field.
Yeah.
So now we fire, and you'll see that
Nothing.
the ball actually does have a particle on it if we go into where the cannonball is. Come on. Give me... Why aren't you... There. Okay, thank you. So it's actually there. It's in the center of it.
Yeah.
But we can't see it because it's following with the ball. Now, you can fix this. This is the magic. You just have to go into your particle system.
It's not you.
And change it from simulation space to world.
Oh, okay.
And now, when we hit fire, we have a trail. Easy peasy. I'm not going to say the rest of that. There's no way that ends well. So,
no, there's not.
So yeah. So we have a ballistic trail right there.
We need to.
Now you can see that there's
it.
a couple problems. One is when it explodes, the ballistic trail goes away, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, and we know why that happens.
And we probably want it to kind of waft a little bit and kind of do, magical
Something.
stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll play with that a little bit.
If you don't know why it's being removed, it's because the game object itself, its parent, is being destroyed.
And that destroys all of the children as well.
Yeah,
So
there are no orphans in Unity.
What we can do to fix that... What's the easiest way to fix that? We'll just do it the cheap way first. I'm just going to code until it works way. Why? What is this?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I moved all my scripts. That's is probably confused by that. That makes sense. I'm okay with that. Fire projectile, what are we doing? We're changing the cannonball script. So, we could either just use a reference to the child, or we could iterate through the transform to get the child and unparent it. I'm going to go with, let's iterate.
You could always disable the rigid body and the object, keep it there until the particle effect's done.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
And then destroy it.
Well, we can't disable something that's higher on the hierarchy. We can disable the renderer.
Okay.
That's
Is that sketchy?
sketch, because there's so much stuff we want not happening after that destroying it actually makes a lot of sense. So let's just do a reference, whatever. Public. We can do this because it's part of the same hierarchy. Public game object. Actually, let's do transform. Transform. Cannonball trail.
So,
And then we'll just do...
there's a question about 2D Unity stuff.
Uh-oh.
Do you know when we're going to be doing more of it?
Yeah, Thursday.
Thursday.
Does that sound good to you?
Yep.
All right. And I'm past deadlines now, and if someone throws another deadline on me, I'll be like, hey, Thursdays, I have to do this.
I should be able to make it Thursday.
So, Cannonball Trail... We're going to dot parent equals null, and then we destroy game object. So now if we hit play, the particle should stay around. We'll want to destroy the particle after it's done playing, which it doesn't currently do, but boom. Oh, that was
Whoa!
interesting.
Where did it go?
It somehow flew far, far away. Did we have
That's interesting.
some sort of... That's weird.
That would not be what I expected.
What happened? What in the world was that?
It went straight up into the air. What? Wait.
Oh. Okay, I know what happened. It actually reflected off and exploded itself because it wasn't destroyed because we didn't set the variable cannonball trail of cannonball. So the rest of the script was like, I'm done.
No,
And it's just like, oh, I guess we'll just keep this thing going. So let's go back to our cannonball, and let's put the particle system into cannonball trail. Let's actually rename particle system to... Let's try to rename particle system. Let's instantiate and rename particle system to trail. Apply. Delete. Play. Hopefully this will work now.
Let's try it again.
There we go, much better. So let's take the trail and let's tweak it about a little bit. We're going to go ahead and let's make the, let's see, what does velocity over lifetime do? That doesn't really help.
Velocity over lifetime.
Force over lifetime.
That does force over lifetime.
Yeah, this actually, I think this is what we want. So we will do world, force over lifetime. No, we probably want local actually. And we will set this to random between two constants. And we'll just set it to like 5. 0 and 5. And randomize. So this should give us kind of a cloudy dispersal effect, hopefully. Let's see if that actually is what we got out of it. The stuff for moving stuff, you kind of have to test in-game. Okay, so I actually know what I did wrong there. We have a very particular wind there. Actually, oh, we're going to have to tie this into the wind once we add wind. That would be sweet to have the smoke kind of blow away. All right, so we randomize it between 0 and 5, which means it can go between 0 and 5, which is this, and you've not seen me, so my hand gestures mean nothing. Let me actually change that real quick. So, like, 0 is the middle, and then 5 is over here, and so it's between here and here, as opposed to between here and here. So we need to put some negatives in there. And back to main screen.
Oh, it's you.
All right. So I just hit play without changing anything. So let's do -5 and
-5
and 5. And so now if we hit play,
it theoretically should be any direction.
Yeah. So now if it has any crawl, it'll just be random, not being terribly random. Ah, see? Much better.
Mm-hmm. Most particles need to shrink over their lifetime.
Yes, they do. So let's size over lifetime. I think they should grow, actually.
Okay.
And then fade out.
That's good.
So we're going to make the size
small to large.
Small to large, and let's curve it up faster. And we're going to make the color over lifetime. We'll just keep the white for now, and we'll just set the alpha to 0 here at the end. And then we will hit play and hit shoot. All right, they started way too small.
That looks cool, though.
But it does look pretty cool.
They did start too small. So we should bring up their size over lifetime a little bit.
So size over lifetime should start at, let's go with 0.5.
Yeah, that sounds good. Additionally, we can make them bigger now.
Yeah.
Let's make it even bigger at the start.
Okay. So let's make the start size be 5.
Yeah. It looks kind of awesome.
It does look kind of awesome. It's too much smoke, though.
It's too much
So let's do 2.5, and let's also lower the rate a little bit. Remember, there can be too much of a good thing. See, that looks pretty good. So was it, actually, maybe we don't want randomize. Let's turn randomize off and see what that does. Let's see what this actually says in the tooltip. Come on. Randomize one for every frame. Okay, so this means this is the reason that they kind of fly around in little circles and stuff. I just want to see what it'll do here. It may not look as good.
Off. I don't think that looks as good.
I don't think it looks as good either. So let's put that back on. I'm just curious what this does. I think it'll look terrible, but let's find out.
That did not look terrible.
No, it didn't. Oops, I took off randomize. Why did I do that? It's not what I was testing.
We were testing the local versus world. I think local looks better.
Yeah, I think it does too. Yeah, let's leave that. I kind of like that. Maybe make the force a little bit less dramatic so that we maintain more of our line.
That sounds like a good plan.
This is what's fun about making games, is just like tweaking things. Alright, that looks good. So we've got the ball continues to... Actually, I got one more thing I'm going to do. I'm going to give it a gravity modifier of -0.2.
Why not just -1?
Because I don't want it to be as if gravity's reversed. I want it to look like smoke going up a little bit. See, that's already too much.
That is too much, you're right.
So...
Make it .02. No,
0.2?
No, 0.1.
Alright.
Just a slight rise in it, in the smoke. Whoa. That's a solid hit right there.
And see, now we have a little bit of a smoke effect for where it left.
It's still there.
Yeah, I know. It will go away eventually. Oh, wait, no, it won't, because it's looping.
It's just there.
It's just there.
It's just there.
Cool. Yeah, let's fix that.
Yes.
I'm changing it. I've changed my mind. It's not a transform. It's a particle system, I guess. Is that what it's called?
I think so.
Particle system. And so now we will do cannonball trail dot transform dot parent, and we will set cannonball trail dot is pause. Wait, we don't want to pause it. That's not right either. We want it to stop emitting. Is there such a thing?
I think so. Is there emit?
Emission rate. There we go. Emission rate equals 0.0 F.
So now it should stop emitting.
So now it should stop emitting. We should maintain our little trail there, and if we turn looping off, which we should do...
Oh, we might just be able to turn off looping and say destroy when it's done.
See, it will never be done if we... Oh, yeah, that's what we're going to do. That was the plan. So how long do you think it'll last?
No, I mean, you could turn off looping when it hits.
Oh, I see what you're saying. That way we guarantee... Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah. Let's try that real quick. Turn
I'm
looping back off.
Do. Right,
by the way.
I will. Thank you for the reminder.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so cannonball trail dot loop equals false. Save.
Easy peasy. I said it now too.
Yeah. Whoa, why do we have 2 explosions there? Oh, that worked out.
It's still looping?
No, it's still...
No, it's still looping.
Oh, wait, the variable cannonball trail of cannonball doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, I know why. Let's go back and actually fix this. We have to go into our inspector, and it has a type mismatch because it had a... Yeah. So let's save scene, hit play, try this again.
So not only was it not turning the emission off, it also wasn't calling the loop.
This is why I should have probably just gone through the hierarchy and grabbed child.
I think it's gone.
Yep, looks good. Now we can just add a...
Isn't there a destroy on done or something like that?
We don't have that one yet on this one, but we're going to do it real quick. Destroy particle when finished.
I wonder what this script's going to do.
This is one of those oldies but goodies. We've done it 10 times. If particle system dot is playing, if it's not playing, Then we destroy game object. And we should probably insist that require component particle type of particle system. I don't know why I didn't autocomplete on that, but save. So now error parsing error. Okay, I probably did this wrong. Let's not worry about that detail just yet.
Yeah, it seemed to make it happy.
Alright. Require component unity. We go to the Googles.
Googles are all-knowing.
So require type of rigid body. I have to put that in. Do I have to do one more set of these? Yes, I do. That was my problem. So we hit save. And so now what that's done is we can't attach to this to just anything. If we attach it to a wall chunk, it'll be... Wait. It'll just do it and say that...
Yeah.
Oh, wall chunk has a part... Wait.
What?
Oh, it added a... Oh, it tried to be more helpful. It added a particle system for us.
No, that's not what I wanted at all.
I really would rather if it said something in red text that said, what are you trying to do?
It said, hey, please don't attach
Whatever,
this to that.
whatever. Where is it? Destroy particle and finish. We throw that in wherever. Come on. Give it to me. Where do I put this? Oh, there. Okay.
Okay. That's interesting.
And now let's see if it actually destroys itself. Alright. And we have I don't see it in there.
Did it already destroy itself?
Yeah. We still have our impact explosion particles. And
Because they did not destroy themselves.
wait, why are we getting impact explosion particles?
When the impact happened?
Yeah, but why is it happening
Three times?
more than once?
That's a
Yeah.
good question.
Huh. So
Now there's 6 of them.
trail, and it went away. So we have proof positive. So it's hitting 3 times. How is that a thing?
That doesn't make
Let's
sense.
look at our cannonball. So I guess it's getting multiple collisions on that frame. Is that the possibility?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
Here, let's try it.
it's kind of one of the only possibilities.
Debug.log. I'm exploding now. Save. And we shoot the cannonball.
And we should see I'm exploding now.
And
We saw it
three
3 times.
I'm exploding now. So that's pretty proof positive right there. So, let's just do it the old-fashioned way. Public bool has exploded. And actually this should be private. Private bool, because we're not going to have to change... Not going to have to change it. And it's going to default to false.
As it should.
And I'm just going to get rid of this because we know what the problem is already. And we will set if not has exploded. Then we do all this wonderful stuff.
And we tab it in.
And we set, I like to do it before the destroy, even though it doesn't matter. I just never trust putting things after destroy.
I don't either.
And it really doesn't matter, but I don't. Because it actually destroys at the end of frame. Has exploded, which is why we're getting 3 calls anyway. Exploded equals true. So that should get rid of the And actually, while we're at it, since this is already a particle effect, we will throw destroy particle when finished on this.
Now we should only see that message once.
Yep. Well, we won't see the message at all because I got rid of it.
Oh.
We'll only see one explosion impact particle, and it should disappear.
There it
now.
goes.
Cool. We're doing art. It's weird.
Art.
Artists would be like cringing right now, like, oh god. And especially Justin. Justin is particle guru at this point, and he's just like, no, why are you doing this, Max? Why would you do this to people? You're using a default particle. You should have shame. That's true, I should. So let's go ahead and put the win condition in here real quick. Can we do that in 5 minutes? Probably not, but I'm gonna
What
try.
are we doing? Wind?
Our win condition.
Oh, our win condition.
So let's just
Very different
so
than a wind
here.
condition.
Fortress Heart 1 and Fortress Heart 2.
Fortress Heart sounds like a Square Enix game.
Like a sequel to Kingdom Hearts or something. So is this player 1 base? Good. I even named them right.
Oh,
That was
fantastic.
completely accidental. And I don't think I think I just eyeballed this. So let's do -10. That should put it on the other side because we put this guy 100 away. And what's the easiest, cheapest way that we could start with this? Let's just make a you win.
Oh, I like those conditions.
Alright, you win. And all we'll do is
As long as it's not like start, print, you win.
if so private bool has 1 equals false.
Oh, we're not a winner right away?
Nope. You don't start a winner, you got to become a winner. And
That's never gonna happen.
So on collision enter has 1 equals true. And is there a way we can make it so that the cannonball... Okay, so we have a turn manager script I want to look at real quick. Switch player. So we have a private and current player. Let's do a public void win. I'm just going to call it win. And if we win, all we need to do is
You need to just hit the heart.
current player equals 0. So how do we get the... Okay, so... Yeah.
There's a question of, are we going to do procedural terrain around the forts?
We'll consider it. We might do a little hype map action.
Yeah,
I think
that
I'd
sounds
be down
cool.
with some hype map deformation because we always complain about that not being in enough games, and it's easy enough to do.
Yeah.
So let's do that. Yeah, let's plan on that. Might even do some random terrain stuff too. That actually might be fun. I like random stuff.
I do too.
So shots fired. What we're doing when? Okay, so current player equals 0. And what are we going to do to get out of the win condition? Now we'll reload the level or something. Who cares? So has 1 equals true. We will set. We will need a reference to our return manager because we didn't set it up as a singleton as we should have, and I totally forgot to do that today. Public turn manager. It's a lot of shame today. Public turn manager.
There could be a lot more
Turn
shame,
manager.
and that's just true.
Turn manager dot. dot win. And then finally we'll do void on GUI.
It's a question of if there's going to be a tutorial and start, pause, level select menus. That would be down the road a little ways. Pause is pretty straightforward to do.
Yeah, we don't really need it in this particular game unless we had a timer, but
my game, I just reduced the time to epsilon.
Yeah, that's the easy way out. If you want to have an animated menu, you have to do some other fancier stuff, or animate your menu in a specific way. But on GUI, GUI layout dot label, and we'll just do this like 3 times to space it out past whatever, and then we'll just do game over, you win. And guess what? It will look right because it will stay on whatever screen we're on. No, it won't. How does that work? No, that'll work. I think this will just work. Let's find out. So, return manager does not have a definition for win. Yeah, it does. Did we not save it? We probably didn't save it. Save all of them, please.
Save them all. No overload method.
For label takes... Oh. Probably have to fake it out a little here. Alright, file save. This is the ultimate in laziness. Like doing a whole bunch of non-breaking spaces and... Alright, so it compiled, but we need to actually put this on things, so we're going to put win on... So our Fortress Heart, does it have a collider? It has a collider. Should get a non-collision enter because everything else is all hunky-dory on the other things, so let's just give it a shot. So we're going to put this on here and this on here. And we need to give each of these a turn manager, which is here. And now, if we actually shoot through and hit the heart, which we'll learn how difficult that actually is. Well, that's because I forgot to do if has one.
Oh yeah, I guess that would help.
Void void update if has one, if input dot get key down enter, actually return, key code return, then we will reload our current level. Application dot load level loaded, application dot loaded level. Now we need to make sure file save, and we're going to make sure that what are we doing?
What are we doing?
That's an excellent question. I have no idea.
How did you lose your arm?
Excellent question.
I have no idea.
So there was some, oh yeah, I needed to make sure that we actually added the level to the build settings. Add current. There we go. So now if we hit play, we don't see the win condition. Good, because we haven't won yet. And we shoot.
Game over, you win.
Okay, well, evidently it hit. Oh. You know what happened.
Yeah,
the shrapnel hit it.
Yeah.
It's touching. So it still cycled players. Oh, I know why. Because it already called those functions anyway. So it's not right already. Everything's wrong. Evidently one of those blocks encroached on it. Probably the one that's no longer there. It's probably like falling through the universe. We could probably find it changing in somewhere.
That is fantastic.
There it is. There it is. There's the block that hit it.
This is the culprit.
This is the culprit right here.
That
Just
dirty
free
block.
floating through the
That
universe.
dirty block.
All right, so we want to actually change that. We'll do that at another time. We'll fix that next one. Basically, we're going to just do a collision check to make sure that it is the type that we want. So we want to actually hit it directly with the cannonball, and we might even have like a health system or something for this at some point. But
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
But yeah, I think that's good for tonight though. So
Fantastic.
Was there any other questions or interesting things that people have said?
No one likes your beard.
No one likes my beard?
No, I said someone likes your beard.
Oh, okay. Someone likes my beard. Okay, cool. That's better than no one likes my beard.
No one likes my beard, but I don't have a beard, so.
Yeah, it's hard to like something that isn't there.
Ha! Ha! Ha!
All of a sudden I started thinking of Zach Galifianakis clean shaven for some reason.
Yeah.
And actually I've seen that.
Yep, I have to.
So thank you for joining us tonight. Hope you had a good time. I had a great time actually.
As did I.
I wasn't expecting to actually do particle effect stuff, so that was fun to actually work on that, and it ended up looking, halfway decent for programmer art. Anyway, so thanks for watching tonight. We do our show on Monday at 8:30 p.m.
Yes.
And if you want to contact us with any questions or concerns, comments, whatever, email us at pushypixels@pushypixels.com. You can also tweet me at Dracfire, and that's actually more email from me, but I do share emails with Phil on that as well.
Yeah, if you want to send me messages through the emails, you can. It's philip@protosoftworks.com. You can also follow me on Twitter, at magmalemur. And you should donate to Cooking with Unity.
Yes, donate to Cooking with Unity, and you will eventually get one of these things, which I have not gotten the rest printed yet, but I'm no longer in crunch, and I have no excuses anymore, so I'm doing it. It's happening this week.
Donate.
And so this will go out to all the people who have already donated the appropriate amount of money, which I think is $20. Don't hold me to that. Whatever I said in the video. But it's been so long, actually, and people, honestly, I don't have to deal with this too often. It's mostly back order stuff. So anyway, I send these out to people, and we appreciate the donations. Okay. And you should buy Phil's game Robot Alone on iOS because it's awesome, and because Phil made it. And because it's awesome.
Someone needs to beat my high score.
Yes.
Seriously.
Get on there and beat his high score. Become a junkie and beat his high score. It's actually really hard. I haven't beaten it myself.
Yeah,
so.
that game gets fun about
It's asking a
10,000
lot.
points.
It's asking more than I was able to put into it. So
it's more than anyone else has ever been able to put into it.
I've beaten most people on my game, Proton Pulse, yeah.
Yes.
Anyway. You guys have a great night.
Oh yeah, and join us Thursday.
And yes, join us Thursday at 8:30 for 2D Thursday. Yeah, we're gonna be doing Unity 3D, 2D stuff. So
yeah,
if that makes any sense,
it does.
Or even if it doesn't, we're doing it.
Yeah.
So deal with it.
Yeah. Have a good night.